right, this is still my favorite throwaway scope, and they've made it better than ever. This is really cool. So they're also dropping a discount code on this because it's technically a new product. This is coming with a new reticle, 20 Panzer 16. It's going to get you that code. And this throwaway scope will be had for a real throwaway price. These are the reticles, right? This MM5 Morpheus, this is amazing right here. You get this giant donut of death at 1x that keeps you focused on where your point of impact is, even if you're moving around. And once you zoom in, this outside ring disappears and you're getting your little Christmas tree, right? So I think it's really awesome. The CM9 Morpheus, the MOA one, this is sweet. Some people complain about having a little cross in the center because, well, at 10 times magnification, it's too chubby of a little cross and it blocks out what you're shooting at. So the CM9 here does not have that in the center, right? They have, I don't know what you want to call that little thing. So it's definitely different. Either way, I think in the 1x department is where this thing really shines. This is a 1 through 10x first focal point ED glass scope. 1x is where you're going to be doing 85% of your shooting with this thing. And they have built this around an amazing 1x. It has, you know, it's close to a true 1x as you're going to get, and you're going to get that ED glass. And you can go out to 10 times magnification. So any marksman will tell you that for every 100 yards, they want another times magnification. So at 800 yards, you're going to want at least 8 times magnification. So one of these optics will do it. Now, they don't have parallax adjustment, so it's not going to be the same thing as like a 3 through 18 actual mid to long range scope where you can adjust your parallax and everything. The important thing is this optic will give you sight, right? This is the difference between knowing that there are some people coming down the street and knowing that those people have AKs and some kind of pistol. You know, having 10 times magnification to actually zoom in and look at targets is a game changer. This is a superpower that we're talking about here. So I can't say enough for that, right? You can always have a red dot with a 3 times magnification. That red dot's going to have really good eye relief. It's going to have infinite eye relief. And that's what these things are kind of fighting against. I will say this for Monstrum. They've done an amazing job on eye relief. We're talking like 4 inches of eye relief from all of the new scopes that I've been getting from them. That's something that you can work with. I've seen other scopes that are at like 3.5 or 3-inch eye relief. Then it gets really, really tight working with that on a 1x, right? You're going to want to fix your head in place and not move at all before you shoot. This gives you some room there. You know, like I know it doesn't sound like much, you know, 3 inches of eye relief or 4 inches of eye relief. It's an inch of difference. That's an inch that you can move your face forward and back and still see through your optics. So it is actually a big difference. And I don't think Monstrum gets enough credit for actually having a higher eye relief in a lot of these scopes. So I see them compared to a lot of other optics. And if you actually look at the specs, a lot of those other optics come in at around 3.5 inches of eye relief. Some of them 3 inches, which is just unusable for me personally. But the big thing here is, here it is. Here's my favorite throwaway scope. Look, even if you have a really good optic, this is good to have in the bag. You're always going to have a friend that doesn't have an optic, right? You're always going to have a buddy that, I just got this rifle, and they're saving up for that $5,000 scope like you got. Well, this gives them something to use, right? And I can't show any prices or anything. Got to be real careful. What's really cool here on top of all of this is with this discount code, this is probably the best deal on Panzers ever. I paid more for my Panzers. I have 3 of these. I've been putting all my round count on one of them just to see if I can get it to break. We're almost at like 10,000 rounds of 308 and 7.62 by 39 on my Panzer that that I'm trying to get to break. So I mean, that thing has paid for itself, and I have faith in the other 2 that I have sitting in boxes. But if one of my buddies ever needs an optic, I can throw him one of these, and if anything happens to it, oh no, I'm out a little bit over $100. I don't have to feel bad, right? I think they are just an awesome piece of kit. Get them before we get these import bans. But man, that reticle is awesome. You know, that Morpheus is what they're calling it. It is a game changer, especially for 1X, because that used to be the problem with these is your reticle, this little circle, it would get bigger as you zoom in because it's a first focal point scope. But if you go all the way out to 1X, this reticle becomes so little, right? It's actually kind of hard to keep track of it while you're moving with a moving fluid environment around you. Your eye can lose that center spot. Well, with this new Orpheus thing, you're not going to lose that, right? It's got that giant donut of death, and then it's got a T inside of it. You know right where your point of impact is in this thing. It's really good on the 1X, and I think it makes the 1X much faster, which is like the name of the game when it comes to these. So ED glass, extra low dispersion glass, and man, I've been talking about this glass for well over the past year. It's that good. It's ridiculous. Everybody that shoots my Panzers at the range, they ask about the scope. They ask about the glass. They compare it to really expensive glass, and then I tell them how much my scope is, and a lot of these people just cannot believe it, right? So here's what it looks like. The Panzers also come with a really good mount. This is a 70-75 aluminum mount. Primary Arms has a mount that they sell for, I believe, $20 more than this, and it's a lower grade of aluminum. So you're getting that high grade of aluminum. You're getting those scope rings. I have bought these scope rings separately just to use for other stuff. It's how good of a deal these things are. I believe they have like 3 traction bars at the very bottom. They're just a great scope mount design. And to be able to get them with the Panzer in the box, I mean, that's a deal, right? Typically with a scope that you're barely paying $100 for, it's going to come with piece of crap mounting. Like, you're going to have to go get your own scope rings or a scope mount. So this actually comes with something very nice out of the box. I still use these scope rings on other optics that I've got. So word to the wise, these are a really good deal. This is my favorite throwaway scope for a reason, and it's just gotten that much better. So I wanted to share this. People do cut in and ask me for like any discount codes from them because I cover, you know, Monstrum here and there. They don't send me any special discount codes, or I don't work with them like that, you know, to try to sell you guys stuff. I really don't. So I get the same discount codes as everybody else, and I'm always telling people as soon as they launch a new product or relaunch a product like they're doing here because it has a new feature on it, they're always giving out like a 20-25% off code to use. So definitely take advantage of it. This will be the best price you can probably ever get a Panzer for. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.